Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am not here with Geeky Sparkles, but we're going to talk about the video game industry. I guess this is very adjacent to the video game industry. We're going to talk about Brianna Wu, and we've talked about Brianna before. She seems to be coming around to realize that, the world is not as binary as we thought. And I'm not talking about people being non-binary or anything like that. I'm just saying that in terms of politics, that it's not really a black and white issue. And I'm not talking about race either. It's a pretty interesting statement. She is on the wrong side of Twitter now, or at least old Twitter. And, I don't know what to make of this. I know she did a podcast with a friend of ours, Peter Pischke, who used to write for clownfishtv.com. And, she said some things that actually make sense. I know a lot of people have tried to portray her as one of the big bads of Gamergate. And there is a whole rabbit hole you can go down there. But she's basically saying that like this binary thinking and the far left progressive politics aren't really working. It's actually alienating normies, which is a very sane thing to say. Now, weirdly enough, and I've never talked to Brianna Wu. I would. I mean, I'm kind of curious. I gotta admit, I'm kind of curious what she has to say now. But she doesn't have the Clownfish TV Twitter account blocked, but she has me blocked personally, which is weird. So I probably am on a blockchain or something, because like I said, I don't think I've ever actually interacted with her. So I probably just follow the wrong person. I don't know. But we're going to talk about this. I have to give a hat tip to Black Sage D, who sent me a DM last night alerting me to this. And like I said, we covered this before that Twitter was coming after Brianna Wu. And I think we're starting to see some reflection now, just in a lot of cases, especially with things going on in the nerd space right now. And I don't want to get into it here on YouTube, but some stuff going on in comics right now. It's like, I think in some ways everybody just needs to calm the fuck down and talk it out. And I think the people that actually are interested in getting us to a sane place will actually sit down and talk it out, and other people are just going to scream at each other. And it's like, I mean, I've said since the beginning of this channel that we are politically homeless now. I feel like we are. I was, pretty much a lifelong Democrat. And my politics were all over the place. I mean, I was a lifelong Democrat, but I also, definitely had Christian leanings, especially earlier on. When I was younger, and, now it's so binary. It's like, oh, well, you're not allowed to, if you do, you have to be one or the other. You have to pick a lane. And it's like, I just get to the point where I'm like, I'm just so fed up with everybody at this point. I'm currently a libertarian. I guess my attitude is I don't care what you do, as long as you're not forcing other people to do it and it doesn't hurt anybody else. I don't really care what you do. I can think it's weird. It doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if I think it's weird. Whatever. Are you hurting anybody else? Okay. Then, So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at right now. But that's just out of kind of default. I mean, I would love to, be able to look at either party current year and be like, yeah, I can actually cast a vote in good conscience for these people, but I don't think I can. It's like all the candidates I like, they never make it. But that's neither here nor there. We're going to talk about this. This is pretty interesting. I think this is kind of, how politics have weirdly crept into the nerd space. Going back to Gamergate, now we're talking about, Gamergate 2.0. And it's just like, God, it used to be that this was an escape from politics. But, Brianna used to make it political too. And, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some hope. Maybe we just all need to just, sit down and talk to each other. I don't know. That's just a thought. We're going to talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. No woohoos in this video. So Brianna Wu put this up, and Twitter is attacking Brianna. Now, just to try to, give you the bird's eye view, and it depends on who you ask. But Brianna Wu does come up in conversation about Gamergate. Brianna claims she was on the receiving end of a lot of hate during Gamergate. And put some posts up about Samus Aran being trans. I don't know. I'll tell you the truth. When I was a kid, because it was the 80s, and I never got Samus down to her bikini, but I thought Samus was like a hair metal dude because the game came out in the late 80s, right? So I thought Samus was like a hair metal, like Sammy Hagar or something. That's what I thought because the graphics were so bad. I didn't know it was a woman until I read Nintendo Power. I was like, oh my God, I've been playing as a girl the whole time. But yeah, so, I mean, you can go out, you can look at the history of Brianna Wu. I'm not going to regurgitate that here. We're going to talk about where Brianna is at currently and that Twitter is not real happy. So this person here, at one point, I considered Brianna Wu a friend despite our many disagreements. I felt she had her heart in the right place, but over the past several months, she's lost her mind. And as of an hour ago, she has fully denounced progressive politics. At least she's stopped pretending. Some people are actually calling her a Nazi because she made a comment about burning LGBTQ flags. I'm not kidding. I mean, we have people making comments like this. No one, Brianna Wu, and here's another thing I would do that Nazis have been doing forever, saying it's, and this is just like a couple days ago, it's the fundamental flaw of the left. The right wing focuses on policy and we focus on symbols. I would personally set fire to every LGBT flag in America if it led to another SCOTUS win. Yeah. So like, I'm like, whoa, you know, she's not making people happy, not making people happy. So yeah, back to this. At one point, I considered Brianna Wu a friend, despite many differences. She's lost her mind. She stopped pretending. Here is the post, apparently, that is making everybody so angry. You want to have a real discussion about why I don't plan to run for office again. It has nothing to do with money. It's because I'm not convinced progressivism is a force for good in American politics anymore. Wow. Right now, you're in New York chanting bomb Tel Aviv and siding with actual theocratic terrorists. Okay, so this is getting into some Israeli-Palestinian stuff. And I have stayed out of it on YouTube, but she's running afoul of her peers. Let's put it that way. It's because you can't run a civil rights movement by telling everyone who disagrees with you to shut up. It's because talking to Republicans is seen as betrayal, something you have to do in a democracy. It's because you can't form a coalition to do anything because no one is interested in getting along with anyone. That is actually very true. We're seeing like every one of these movements. Like, regardless of what it is, even on the right too, like everybody winds up eating each other. You know, there's like, and everybody's got different ideas. It's like, it's never enough. It's never like, well, we can meet you at like halfway. We can meet you at like 60%. We can get to 80%. It's always going to be like, it's my way or the highway. And when you've got so many people from so many different backgrounds, a lot of times they all want their own way. Even in the same group, even people that claim to be on the same side. They're not actually on the same side. They just want their own way, you know. For the record, I just want everything to kind of go back to normal. Like by normal, I mean, let's go back about 10, 15 years. And when everybody still kind of quasi at least pretended to try to get along, it was a lot easier. It was a lot easier. It's because the policies we're advocating are getting stupider and stupider and no one can say so. That is actually true. Things have, I mean, look, it's very hard to take... And this is why I'm no longer a Democrat. It's very hard to take the left seriously when some of the stuff they come up with is outright clownish. I mean, it really is. It's like on no planet would this stuff fly. Like you ask a normal person, you know, most of the Democrats I've dealt with, you know, my real life are pretty normal people. They're family people. They're, you know what I'm saying? And you throw some of these wacky, like really far left, you know, Portland type. Now I'm not making fun of Portland. I'm just saying that's like, but you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the stuff that is, you know, you throw out Chaz or something like that. And they're like, what the hell? What the actual hell? And yeah, it is getting dumb. Some of the stuff is just dumb. It doesn't make sense. It's because the movement is a panopticon police state where you cannot say anything out of step with the extreme or you get devoured by cannibals hoping for clout. God, Why is she making so much sense? And this is true. It is. Like, I mean, until Elon bought Twitter, Twitter was ground zero for this stuff. You are not allowed to say anything out of step with your peers. And this is why everybody virtue signals so loud. They're like, well, don't eat me. Don't eat me. I'm one of the good ones. I'm one of the good guys. Yes, I know I'm a straight white man, but I'm one of the good ones. Look, watch me throw other straight white men under the bus just because I can. You know, watch me dogpile this person that we've decided is a wrong thinker just because we can. You can't even say a flag is hideous because your DMs will be filled with angry people. Yeah, I don't even know I gotta be honest, I don't even know what's going on with the flag. There's like 50,000 different stripes on it now. I remember when it was just a rainbow. And then it's really complicated. Like, I can't keep up. And you got to make sure you put every stripe on there too, because you get dogpiled if you don't. That literally happened yesterday. My politics have not changed. Yes. Same here. My appraisal of who is able to get the public policy I believe in passed has. This is a cultural dead end. I'm going to work with Democrats who can act like adults. Good luck finding them in this day and age. It seems like the younger generation, especially, just are completely out of touch with reality, you know? And this is why, I mean, you're basically, when you become memeable, you basically just hand the win to the other side by default. And I have to wonder if that isn't what's going to happen in November. You know, people are tired of it. I know there are a lot of people like me that were left-leaning that are, you know, and I haven't, my personal politics have honestly haven't changed very much since like the 1990s when I started voting, you know, and everybody else has just gone further and further and further insane. And everything is so polarized now, and pop culture is being used as a hockey puck. It's just so freaking weird. Everything's weird. I mean, it's on the right too. I mean, when you got people like Matt Walsh weighing in on video games, Ben Shapiro weighing in on Star Wars, it's like, come the fuck on. Like, you guys don't actually care about this shit. You don't care about this shit. You just think it's going to get you some views. You think it's going to get you some followers or whatever. And that's the same on the left. You know, they're going to weigh in, oh, the misogynist, toxic gamers. Oh, I've never actually played the game, but I'm going to complain about them. You know, like, what the fuck? Everything is just so fucked up. Yeah, why did you crop 90% of the post that qualifies and explains their position? Or now just yeah, that's true. That's true. There was a lot of explanation there. The rest of the tweet does not change the context of the part I opted to include in any way. Her elaboration is nonsensical at best and fallacious at worst. Not really. I thought she was very well spoken. And if you ask me why I am no longer a Democrat, I'm going to tell you the same thing. It doesn't make sense. They're crazy. They went crazy. They left normal people behind. Yeah, this is what's pissing people off. The year is 2034. This is the LGBT flag. Like, what the hell? Post left watch. That's an actual thing. Brianna has identified her grifting path and is heading down it at full speed. Brianna is worried. This is okay. Let's see what this person says. This is post left watch. Brianna is worried the left is going too far left. I'm sure it seems that way to anyone who has had a friendly conversation with far right Blaze TV host Lauren Chen. Was it with people from the Young Turks making runs for Congress? I don't know. I just know that. Wow. Vito says she's right about the flag. It looks like trash. It is weird. Yeah. This is crazy. Congrats to Brianna Wu on the Ben Shapiro tweet. Wow. Yeah, actually tagging the Daily Wire. And wow, this is just my things are changing quickly. Brianna Wu's right to a grifter arc is going to be way more fun than the Gamergate victim grifter arc. She might actually get herself elected to Congress this time. A grifter to grifter pipeline is real. This is funny. It's funny she's still going to end up with actual Nazis going after her. Wow. I don't know, guys. This is crazy. I just think it's interesting to watch this, but I'm blocked, so I can't, whatever. yeah, there you go, guys. Things I didn't think I would see in 2024, 2023. I guess it started in 2023. Brianna Wu slowly becoming right wing. This is happening with what's her name on the Young Turks. I don't watch the Young Turks. I know Fred Flintstone's the one guy, and then the blonde girl, whatever. But she's been saying some stuff that they're like, careful, be careful what you say. You can't say that. And the weird thing is the stuff that is controversial to a lot of left wingers right now, we're just, that's what we all believed. If you were a Democrat just not that long ago, like 15 years ago, I guess that is a while ago. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, everything has gotten insane. Everything's insane. But there we go, guys. 2024. It's not even April Fool's. Again, hat tip to Black Sage D. I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.